You kneel beside someone you have known your entire life. The fire burns low. Nobody speaks. The air is cold except for the warmth of the dying embers. Every face around you tells the same story without a single word. Someone is gone. For almost all of human history, this was how people experienced death. Not in hospitals. Not behind closed doors. Right in the center of everyday life. But what actually happened next? Did ancient humans simply abandon their dead? Did they bury them? Did they believe in an afterlife? Or is compassion itself much older than we once imagined? The answers lie beneath layers of earth that archaeologists have carefully uncovered over the last century. And what they found completely changed our understanding of what it means. Tobe human for much of the 19th century. Scientists believed early humans were little more than intelligent animals. They gathered food. They survived. But emotions like grief, respect, or love for the dead were often assumed to be uniquely modern. Then the graves began to appear. One of the most famous discoveries came from Shanidar Cave in northern Iraq. Here, archaeologists uncovered the remains of several Neanderthals dating back roughly 60,000 years. One individual had lived for years despite serious injuries that would have made hunting nearly impossible. He had lost the use of one arm, suffered damage to his legs, and may even have been partially blind. Alone, he could not have survived. Someone fed him. Someone protected him. Someone cared enough to keep him alive long after he could no longer contribute as a hunter. When he finally died, his body was placed inside a pit rather than simply left on the landscape. Whether flowers were deliberately placed with him remains debated today, but the burial itself tells an extraordinary story. These people did not simply tolerate the weak. They cared for them, and when death came, they remembered them. Modern humans left even more remarkable evidence. At Qafzeh Cave in present-day Israel, archaeologists uncovered burials dating back around 100,000 years. Some individuals had been carefully positioned. Others were buried with red ochre, a natural ironized blood, life, or a rebirth. No one knows exactly what the color meant, but someone carried it. Someone spread it over the body. That act required intention. By the time we reach the spectacular graves at Sungir in Russia, around 34,000 years ago, burial rituals had become astonishingly elaborate. Two children were buried side by side, wearing thousands of ivory beads. Each bead had been carved by hand from mammoth ivory. Archaeologists estimate that producing all of them required thousands of hours of work. Think about that. A community living in one of the harshest Ice Age environments on Earth invested an enormous amount of time decorating children who would never wear those ornaments again, because the burial itself mattered. Death also taught ancient communities something important about memory. Unlike many animals, humans remember individuals long after they are gone. That ability may have strengthened family bonds, encouraged cooperation, and helped preserve knowledge across generations. When an elder died, stories remained, skills remained, lessons remained. Grief became part of survival. Anthropologists such as Paul Pettit, who has extensively studied prehistoric burials, argue that intentionally burying the dead reflects more than practical behavior. It suggests symbolic thinking, the ability to understand that a person is physically gone while their social identity continues to exist in memory. That is an extraordinary cognitive leap. Of course, not every ancient human was buried. In some regions, bodies were left on platforms for scavenging birds. Others may have been placed in caves, hidden among rocks, or cremated in later periods. Burial customs changed across time, climate, and culture. There was never one universal ritual, but across continents, one pattern appears again and again. People treated the dead differently from ordinary objects. They remembered. Today, funerals look very different. Some people choose burial. Others choose cremation. Some gather in churches, others beside graves, forests, rivers, or oceans. Yet nearly every culture still performs small rituals. Flowers, candles, stories, silencio. These acts may seem modern, but their roots stretch back tens of thousands of years. The next time remembertis, you are participating in a tradition older than cities, older than farming, older than written language, perhaps even older than our own species. Long before humans built pyramids or temples, before kingdoms or civilizations existed, someone gently placed another person into the earth, surrounded by family, memory, and dope. And in doing so, they revealed something profound. Our ancestors didn't become human when they learned to make better tools. They became recognizably human when they refused to let the people they loved simply disappear.